And our next guest is on a mission to spread 1 million acts of kindness this year.
Chiropractor and hockey coach Dr. Clint Steele is taking a break from all of that to deliver kindness, changing lives and impacting those around him. So these days he's passing out pizza, flowers, and compliments.
Hey, big change. Dr. Steele is with us to talk more about how he's paying it forward. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So tell us where you got this idea to leave your job and start handing out flowers and pizza.
Well, it's more than just handing out flowers and pizza, but basically what it came down to, I was in a few years ago, I was in a funk, a deep depression, to the point where I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. And the thing that pulled me out was I just decided I needed to take the focus off myself and be grateful for people in my life. So I started writing letters to people in my life, either currently or in the past, and just saying how grateful I was for them. And I noticed usually 2 or 3 days later I'd get a phone call. I'd always drop it in the mail, even if it was someone in my own household. And 2 or 3 days later, a lot of times I'd get a phone call, someone, and tears on the other end, and just how grateful they were that I took the time to send something like that. I said, man, this is amazing. It started to pull me out of this funk, pull me out of this depression, and it not only changed my life, but it changed their life. So I said, I need to continue this.
And you're trying to continue with 1 million acts of kindness. So tell us about that.
Absolutely. Last year, I've always been one for setting big goals. So last year I said, you know what, I want to do something huge. And I said, I'm gonna go out and perform myself or inspire others to perform 1 million acts of kindness in 1 year. So last September 28th we started. It was my dad's birthday. He would have been 70. He died in an alcohol-related car accident a few years ago, and I said I'm gonna dedicate this year to him. He was always performing positive acts of kindness to strangers, people in our own family, whoever.
So how many acts are we at right now?
I just passed 50. I don't think I've updated my website. I just passed 50,000. I'm approaching 60,000. I've got about 5 months to go, so a long way to go. But what's happening now is people are starting to jump on board. Other people, big groups, are starting to jump on board, and so these acts that used to be just a few at a time are now 15, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. At a time.
And how are you getting people involved? There's a wristband, and tell us the process.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple different things. We just came out with our magazine's second issue, Pay It Forward times 1 million. This is going out to about 20,000 people all over Portland. Absolutely 100% positive, motivational, encouraging content. The other thing that we have is we have our Pay It Forward wristbands. As you can see here, they have a keyword on one side, and then on the other side is the website, Pay It Forward times 1 million. So you perform an act of kindness, whether it's a hug or it's a compliment. They say, oh, thank you, that's so nice. And you just take off the band, give it to them, say, please pay it forward. And so they go to the website and encourages them to pay it forward. And you can track the band based on that keyword. So we've had bands we had a band recently here, started in Portland, ended up in Alaska. So we're tracking that band. And so you can see the ripple effect. You can see that one person can make a difference, not only with an act of kindness you perform on somebody here, but then that causes a ripple. That affects other people around the state, around the country, around the world.
And we mentioned the flowers and the pizza and hugs. What would you say is your most memorable act, something that you have done so far?
Oh, when I started this, I never in my life imagined I would help save a life. But a couple weeks ago, I was in a position where a lady collapsed at church, and I was one of the first on the scene, and myself and 3 other guys started CPR on her, and the paramedics said if that hadn't happened, she probably would have died. So that probably is my most memorable act to this point. But simple things like giving a hug. I had a lady at a networking meeting. I'm a big hugger, so I went up and gave her a hug, and later on she emailed me and said, you need to start counting your hugs. She said that hug totally turned my day around. So just simple things like that,
And besides 1 million acts of kindness, what is your overall hope for this?
My overall hope for this is just to change the mindset. When we first started on September 28th, we went out and we gave out 1,000 free coffee vouchers, downtown Portland. And the mindset of people were, okay, there's a string attached. Someone wants something. And I just want to change that mindset, that kindness changes not only your life, but it's going to change other people's lives. It can pull you out of a depression. It can make your day better. It's amazing.
And you mentioned that there's a website where people can go and learn more and get more involved. Tell us what
absolutely.
That website is.
Yes, payitforward times1million.com. Pay it forward, X as in times, the number 1, and million.com.
All right, there it is on the screen.
And everyone out there watching can get involved.
Absolutely. I would love everyone to join me.
All right, so I think we have at least a dozen people in the building right now. So everybody expect a hug so we can contribute to the million, all right?
Absolutely.
Hugs all
I gotta
around
hug
when
the
we go to
baby,
break.
too.
I know.
13.
That's the first thing you asked me if I was going to deliver.
I thought maybe one of my
going
acts
to
of kindness
labor,
was going to help deliver today.
Now, that
Not
would
today,
be a story.
not today. A few more weeks.
All right, well, thanks so much and best of luck. Keep us
Thank you for
posted
having
on
me.
how things
Absolutely.
go. All right,
Thank you very
great.
much.